everyone, it's Jessica with another layout for the Therm design team. So today I am going to do some foiling on these toner card fronts. So I've got these little dainty heart toner card fronts. I'm just pulling out one of those and some stamps by Elle Studio because I'm going to do some stamping on these with some Distress Oxide in Uncharted Mariner, and I'm going to actually stamp my age. So yes, lo and behold, this is my true age as of last year, and now you all know how old I am. But I literally had to do some calculations to figure out my actual age because I tell everyone I'm 27 every single year. So I had to actually figure out how old I was to do this layout. So I've got these little number stamps by Elle Studio. These are jumbo number stamps, and then the outline that goes with them. I wanted them to be kind of distressed and wonky, so I used that distress ink, and then I used my black archival ink, but I kind of off-centered it, so it's not a perfect outline. So some of that white from the toner card front is actually going to peek through on there. So I'm going to grab the die set that coordinates with this because you guys know that I hate fussy cutting, and I'm going to use the coordinating dies to actually cut these numbers out. And then after I cut them out, I'm going to run them through my hot laminator with some of that white Maker Forte foil that's by Deco foil. That's a lot to say. So I'm going to grab one of those sheets and run it through my laminator. And as you can see, my Big Shot rarely makes it into my videos because it is well loved. The top is falling apart and the handle is all adhesive caked and grungy and gross. So I'm not apologizing for it. It just means it's well loved, right? So I got my magic mat here, which is what I use. I actually cut out a shim out of a few sheets of cardstock all glued together. That's what I use as my little shim because I find that magic mat is a little bit thinner than my other plates for my Big Shot. So that's why I use those. So I've pulled out my fuse laminating system here and a craft and carrier sheet that I actually cut down to be like I think it's about 6.5 inches wide. I've got my numbers here that I've already done my die cutting. I did the die cutting first before I'm foiling because I didn't want the die cutting to actually wrinkle or smudge my foiling, if that makes sense. Because I felt like if I ran it through my machine, my Big Shot machine, and did the die cutting after I foiled, I thought it was going to kind of wrinkle it as it applied the pressure through the plates, and it was going to mess up my foil. So that's why I'm doing the foiling second. So I've got my foiling running through my laminator at this point, and I'm just working on my layers on my photo. So I've attached some tissue paper with some easy tear tape. Now I'm going to be using some easy tear tape throughout this video on all of my layers. I'm not going to use my tape runner at all in this one. I'm just going to use my Ultra Bond liquid adhesive and my easy tear tape. So I will say, oh, look at that foiled goodness. It just came out of my laminator. I love how that looks. It's so pretty with the little white hearts on there. And so where was I? The tape. The tape, the easy tear tape, I will say comes off, the backing comes off very easy. It's just that I have nails right now and they're super thick. So it takes me a while to peel that backing off. But if you don't have nails or if you just use tweezers, it comes off really easily. So don't judge it by me. I absolutely love that tape. It's only difficult for me with my nails. So I've got all of these pretty flowers that I cut out of, I believe it's the Discover and Create collection by Vicki Boutin. There's a sheet of paper in her collection that has all these really pretty florals. And I did some fussy cutting before I started this video because nobody wants to watch me do that in this whole entire video. So I did that beforehand, had all these pretty flowers cut out, and I wanted them to lay kind of around my photo of myself. So I've got that. I've got my photo all matted here. I've got my beautiful foiled numbers, and I'm going to pop up the numbers with some shaker strips by Gina K. And then I'm going to use some of the 3D foam squares by her to pop up some of these flowers that I'm going to lay on the top. So just sticking down my other number here. I've got these Hip Kit Club, kind of a yellowish orange color. letters that I'm going to use. I wanted to add a little bit more to my title, so I'm going to make this say, "This is 35." Kind of like, this is what 35 looks like, and this is how I feel. I've got the mom vibe shirt going on, and I'm just enjoying life. So I really wanted that to say that, to just kind of document how I'm feeling, and hopefully my kids will like this layout when they inherit all of my books someday. And they're going to get a lot of them, just FYI. So I've got these alphas. I'm just finishing putting these down. I'm not using any glue or anything for these because these alphas are really sticky, so I'm not worried about them sticking over time. I think they'll stay. But if I was going to, I'd use that Ultra Bond liquid glue to just reinforce them. I've pulled out some more embellishments from this collection, and I've got this flower here I'm going to stick down eventually, but I want to pop down just a little something next to my 35. I'm looking for things for that. I'm looking for things to put at the top of my photo so I can pop a couple things up there. Maybe some things below my photo at this point. I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of going through the embellishments, seeing what all I can add and what matches my layout, because I really love the colors and I want to make them pop. My shirt, as you can see, is a tie-dye shirt, so that's why I kind of went with these colors of the blues and things. But then that orange is just kind of one of my favorite colors. I love scrapbooking with orange for some strange reason, and I just love it. So I wanted to put little pops of orange around this layout. I thought these glasses would have been perfect for this layout because I actually had to change up my contacts this year and glasses and add blue light to them because I'm having a lot of trouble seeing my computer screen on my full-time job all day. Yes, I do work. I have a full-time job as a financial coordinator for a large university in Pennsylvania, and that's what I do. That's my day job. I get to work from home, which is very enjoyable for me, and I love it. I have to go in the office like one day a month, which is fine. But I prefer to work from home, but because I'm staring at a computer screen all day, I'm having trouble with my eyes. Had to add blue light into my prescription, which is just funny to me. But I guess it's not bifocals yet, so I should be pretty happy about that. So I'm just adding a few little bits and pieces here and there. My kids are playing in the background right now, so if you hear them, they are just being kind of wild and crazy, of course, because mom's busy doing this, so they are just being loud as usual. But I am just continuing this layout and just popping some things at the top of my photo. I'm going to add that little tab there at the top and add this other little banner, but I'm going to pop it up with a shaker strip. I love these shaker strips. They are just so nice for all the things. So like those little banner pieces, perfect for that because they're skinny enough that they fit right behind there. You can just cut a strip off and just apply it. If you need anything thicker than those shaker strips, like sometimes I do, I would use the adhesive foam in the tape roll. They make a jumbo tape roll. It's huge and it's a little bit thicker of a strip, so you can use it for your bigger embellishments or behind your photos. That's what I usually use for that. So I'm digging through this sticker sheet. I found that little heart that I placed beside my photo. I really love this little blue flower. I'm going to tuck right up here underneath the orange one just to kind of finish off that side. And then I really like this smile. I think that looks cute down there. It's kind of talking about my photo, and like 35 looks good on you. So I think that's just going to work out perfectly down there, and it adds a little something to the bottom like I wanted. And then I'm pulling out some black archival ink, and I'm going to add, actually, no, I put the black back. I wanted to stick with my distressing, I guess. So I pulled up some Black Soot Distress Oxide and my chevron stamps by Winnie and something. I can't remember offhand what it's called, but I'll try to put it in the description if I remember. And then I've got these dies that I already cut from a paper in this collection. These are my Spellbinders border dies, and I absolutely love this set. I recommend them to everyone. I will put a link below because I feel like everyone needs a set of these border strip dies because they're just amazing. And I already had these pieces cut out from a previous layout, so I'm just using these on the bottom of this layout. I love them. I think it just adds a little cute pop of color, and I just love the way that looks. So I'm going to pull out some of the some of the glue dots, and these are the Zots brand. These are the medium size. I like to use these behind Flair whenever I end up using Flair on my layouts, and I kind of like to make what I call a glue dot sandwich. So I put one dot on my Flair itself, then I put some thread in here behind it, and I just kind of twiddle around in circles, and then I put another dot or two on the other side to create that sandwich so it actually sticks down to my layout. So this is some Flair by Scrappin Happy Studio. I see my scissors just disappeared from my little baby girl, but they come back rather quickly because they're scissors and I don't like her playing with them. And I'm just going to finish up with this other Flair. Again, these are by Scrappin Happy Studios. These are the canvas ones, which are just super cool. I just love them. She also makes epoxy Flair, which is super pretty. And they're kind of like a shiny, glossy finish, which is just, they're amazing. Her products are just beautiful, and I love them. Just adding a little dab of glue on a couple spots of that thread because I really liked the way that it was kind of curled around and looks random, but I wanted it to stay that way. So I just added little pops of glue there. And I know that glue is going to dry clear, so you're never going to see that when it's dry. And then I added a whole bunch of sequins with the Ultra Bond glue, and here's the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about my age and my little process here and listening to me ramble today. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and thank you so much. If you want any of the products, I will link them down below for you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.